Hello everyone and welcome back to another Super Rugby podcast with your hosts
Toby Harris
and Damien Warren.
I snuck in there, didn't I? Look, you're not happy with me, are
Like
you?
a thief in the night. You snuck in there.
God, I'm fast.
But please go across. It's our only little plug we're going to do today. Write a review, subscribe.
Yeah, definitely.
If you subscribe, every time we do something, it goes straight into your inbox.
Does it?
Yeah, especially
like
on
spam.
YouTube. Yeah, we are basically spam.
No,
Junk
the best
mail.
thing you can do is take your earplugs out, put your iPod down, whatever you're listening to, and just leave us alone.
Hey, listen, not everyone is as fortunate as you.
Oh.
Some people don't have iPods.
I don't have an iPod. I don't listen to this. I make it.
But anyway, we must move on. It is time for
the news.
Breaking news.
Breaking
Mate,
news.
you got one job.
No, my one job was to sneak in before your name.
That
was my one job for tonight.
Toby's like, I'm done now.
I can put on my boots, sit back and relax.
You go first, mate.
I shall go first. Sansa reveal lucrative money deal with the UK.
I'm very interested to hear more, I have to say. So Sansa...
Yes. So Super Rugby AU and Super Rugby Aotearoa.
And South Africa?
No.
Because that's Sansa. And Argentina?
Well, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know all the details of that, but I would guess because it's Sansa.
Yes.
Rather than rugby unions of New Zealand
and Australia.
Australia. So there was a 4-year deal from 2016 to 2020.
Yes.
Of £20 million a year.
Yes.
So 38 million New Zealand dollars.
Mm-hmm.
So you're the mathematician.
Yeah.
What's 4 times 38?
No, that would be all in. It won't be times 38.
Cash cycle, a cash bonanza for Sansa, which raked in about £20 million a year.
£20 million a year over 4 years. So 80 million.
Yeah, but we're talking about $38 million.
Oh, $38 million.
100 and something million.
Yeah, it's just getting near 160, isn't it?
160.
Yeah. Because you've got
anyway,
38.
It's a lot of money.
If it's 40 times 4, then it's 160. So we're only looking at 2 off. So, I'll let you do the maths. 152, mate.
Anyway.
This story's told you a lot about Toby.
No, I just didn't do the math. Didn't do the math. Anyway.
Sorry. We're bullying in the workplace. I can't wait for that.
I don't work for you, buddy. You work for me. Anyway, so a lot of money is involved.
Yes.
And it hasn't been revealed yet what this next cycle is going to be, whether it's going to be a 1 year or 4 year like the last one. Would you think it would be more?
Well, with everything that's gone on, I would have said no, but
you would say no.
But
surely more people are watching more TV.
Yeah, no, I understand that. But what I'm trying to say is because South Africa potentially are playing their rugby in Europe, then I would have said less. But you pronounced it as a lucrative deal, so I'm guessing there's more.
I would think it would be more, but they need to make a deal because otherwise we can't watch it. You and me, us as a podcast group.
Well, that's the really interesting thing, isn't it? Imagine what would you do if we couldn't watch Super Rugby?
Well, I'd have my mornings to myself. I wouldn't have to come down and have a cup of tea with you, make small talk.
So basically you're just using and abusing my TV is basically what you're trying to say.
No, every now and then I watch it by myself and then you're like, mate, where are you? I'm waiting for you. Oh, well, we didn't have an agreement. And then I trundle on through.
needs a contract. Mate, I'd find a way.
Yeah,
I'd hate to say that I would have to find a way. I would dust off a VPN of some description.
Oh yeah, no, it'd be easy enough.
Find a way.
But we've already got all the channels and stuff like that to go through. So I'm just interested to see what it would actually.
So they haven't agreed one yet.
No, not yet. That's been put out to the media, kind of
right?
thing. But because Sky Sport got it in this country, didn't they? In the UK, and they fended off BT. But BT has all of the Premiership rugby in this country. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see if Sky Sport, bring out the big guns, or it's all inclusive with the whole BT lot.
I really hope BT get it. I would love BT to get it, yeah.
Really?
I love it.
Do you have BT?
I don't, but I could easily have BT. I just think that it'd be nice to have rugby all in one place. So, if I could watch Super Rugby and the Premiership Rugby, then
you
happy
watch
days.
the Premiership Rugby?
Well, yeah.
Stop making me sick.
I think. Well, I'm going to go on to that, but I think that the rugby actually is pretty good at the moment.
Ooh, you just swore on the podcast. How dare you?
Massive story. This.
Which one is it?
The Lions are considering Rugby Australia's offer. Rugby Australia have said that they will host the Lions there. When I read this, straight away I thought, oh, brilliant. What's going to happen is they're going to bin off the South Africans, and I don't mean that's brilliant. What I mean is they're going to bin off the South Africans, and they're going to go to Australia, and they're going to play Australia, and they're going to flip them. So they'd go to Australia and play Australia, and then in 4 years' time they'll go to South Africa, and they just flip them over.
Yeah.
Because that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, well, that's common sense, doesn't it?
But what's going to happen is that the British Lions are going to go to Australia, and the South Africans are going to go to Australia, and Australia are going to host the games. How ridiculous is that?
So Australia are actually going to play an 8-match tour, including 3 test matches against the world champ. So they're not even going to play Australia?
They're not even going to play Australia.
But they'll play Australia because it's an 8-match tour. So I'm guessing they're playing like the provincial teams in Australia.
You would imagine so, yes. Right. So that's the big advantage that they're going to get. But they've also said that they will give the revenue to the South Africans, or a percentage of the revenue.
I would think a percentage, because they're not going to do it for free, are they?
But they've officially come out now, Rugby Australia, and said, yes, we have offered. We would like to host it. And I just think it's a missed opportunity. Just have them there. Swap it over. Whoever Australia are going to play next year, they can go to South Africa.
Yeah.
Right? And the Lions go to Australia and play Australia on tour.
That would make sense.
And that is the problem. But that is massive breaking news. I would love to see the Lions play, but what I want to see is the Lions tour in that country. I don't want to see the Lions playing South Africa in Australia.
But the thing is that I would think, depending on what travelling's like, they wouldn't. I'm not sure they'd get that big. Would they get a full crowd? Lions versus
I think they would get
South Africa.
They'd get a full crowd for the test matches, no doubt, because there's a lot of South Africans and a lot of English that live over there.
True, yeah.
But would they get full crowds for the midweek games? Normally those midweek games are sold out by the Lions supporters moving around the country.
Oof.
And that won't be happening. It could. I mean, you can go to Australia, can't you? As long as you quarantine.
But you've got to quarantine and have all the right tests and all that sort of thing. So it would be a pain for a supporter to go, but they could definitely still go.
Mm.
And then coming back into the UK, then they would have to pay to quarantine as of Saturday, I think it is, isn't it?
And they are talking about potentially shutting borders down as well. So,
well, they probably should have done that a long time ago to sort it out.
Maybe a year ago.
Bit late now.
Mate, over to you.
Oh, sorry, I was too busy talking about. So, Israel Folau set, or as you pronounce it, Folau, set to return to Australia with the NRL.
Really?
Potentially, yeah. Which is fantastic. But then,
Didn't see that
headline
coming.
there that headline there is, it thinks he's going to come back. He's going to come back, isn't he? He's almost signed. But then it goes on, Peter Valanis?
Yeah, we'll go
Valanis?
with that. We'll go with that.
I don't know. Has previously said the door is shut for Flower, but the NRL has indicated its intention to review the proposal before making a decision. So the headline says pretty much Flower's going to come back, and then if you read a little bit deeper into the article, it sort of says, well, the option is potentially there to review, but we're not doing that.
Do you
right
think
now.
they're basically doing what a lot of the French clubs have done, which is mention it if no one kicks off or very few people kick off, then we'll go ahead.
Yeah, I think so.
But
if they get loads of emails and
yeah.
going, you can't do that. No, definitely not. You put that sort of rule in for a reason, and then they'll go, okay, maybe not.
Yeah, I think that's.
But if no one really kicks up, what do you think though? What do you think? Should he be allowed to come back?
Listen, if you take everything out of everything that he's done, everything that he's said, he's a great player.
Oh, fantastic player.
Do I want to see people of that ability playing? Yes, I do.
Yeah.
For me, if he said sorry, if he said I got it wrong, I mean, it's really hard. I feel, in some respects, he is a highly religious guy. He has a very strong belief system.
Yes.
And he's saying things that he believes in. So I think it would be impossible for him to really apologise and for me to really believe it anyway. So no,
it would be an
think,
apology for apology's sake.
Yeah, but I don't think he'll do that because he has very, very strong beliefs.
Well, he would have said it already.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
We have mentioned this before,
Yeah,
but
we have, yeah.
I can't see him coming back and playing rugby, but he hasn't been
He's
banned.
a wasted talent.
Yeah, but he knew what he was doing when he did it.
Yeah, but I mean, because he hasn't been playing, he's wasted talent. He was
world's
one
best player.
of
World's best player.
yes, yeah.
World's best player.
Okay, we
Talking
agree on
about
that one.
a world's best player.
I'm not playing anymore, but
Could
sorry.
Roger
Who's Roger?
Tuivasa Czech,
Yeah.
could he be as good as Sonny Bill? So this is what's happened.
No.
He is coming back. He's playing. He used to play rugby in Auckland. He then moved to the NRL to play for the Warriors
They played for the Sydney Roosters
Sydney
first
Roosters,
and then the Warriors.
moved to the Warriors. And now he's going to come back in the bid to try and make the Rugby World Cup team.
Is that his intentions?
Yes.
Wow.
Okay.
Huge.
Do you think, and you've already answered it, you've said no.
Well, I forgot that you told me that it had played previously, but I just think it'll be hard for him to get up to speed. Well, who knows?
Mate, he's really fast.
He is fast.
It'll be easy for him to get up to speed because he's
What
quick.
position would he be?
Well, this is the thing. I think if he plays on the wing,
Won't get in.
won't get in. If he plays at fullback, he won't be anywhere near good enough in positional work in a test match.
Well, you're a bit of a leader, aren't you, at
Yeah.
the back?
But I think there's a sneaky little
Do you think
opportunity
he'll push out Lamape?
to play at 12 or 13.
But I love Lamape.
Love Lamape, but for some reason, the coaching staff don't love Lamape.
Weird.
And he has played rugby before. So therefore, and I believe they did play him on the wing or at centre. I think he should learn to play 12. Right?
Okay.
That's what I think.
Is he good enough defensively?
Well, these are all the questions that needs to be answered.
Yes.
But
we need to see him play, don't we?
I think if he plays in the centres, after seeing his highlights reel, after seeing him play when he was younger, this guy.
Well, he played alongside. I didn't know this. The Blues development squad as a teenager.
Yes.
In the New Zealand secondary schools team, he played alongside Ari Savea and Lamape.
But I tell you this, mate.
Wow.
I'll tell you this. When I watched him play in the Blues juniors,
right,
he was the best player on the pitch by a mile.
Where did he play?
I'm pretty sure he was playing at 13.
Right, okay.
And he was the best player on the pitch. It was like men versus boys.
Right.
Or man versus
boys.
spotty teenagers.
Oh, you can't say that.
Spotty teenager.
Spotty teenager. Why are you pointing at me?
I'm not. Yeah,
Right.
so I think he could be.
Okay.
I'm excited about this. And
a good signing for the Blues then.
An absolute amazing signing for the Blues. Definitely.
Right, well, that story was a good segue to my next one.
Like that.
Mine's not necessarily a news article, but I have done a little bit of research.
Every week, Toby brings out the research.
Yeah, I'm not sure this one's any good, but I sort of looked.
You couldn't keep up with the high standards you've set.
Right, don't make fun of me again. Workplace bullying. I'll have to go to HR about this.
Ring Childline, mate.
Childline. I'm not a child. Right,
Oh,
so
really, you act like one a lot of the time.
Right, not funny. Okay, so I did a bit of research on players that have gone from league to union. Now, I know you've already mentioned one person who's actually gone from union to league.
Yeah.
From New Zealand. So I'll start off with the Australians. So we've got Lottie Takeri, we've got Flower, we've got Carmichael Hunt, and we have Kurumbeti.
Wendell Saylor.
He's another one.
Yep. I'm sure there's many more from Australia, but that they are some great.
You know, they were good players for the Australian national team.
Curtly Beale. Curtly Beale.
Did he?
Yes.
Did he play league?
I'm sure he did. I'm pretty sure he did.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I
but
didn't
now
know
that you mention it, I'm not as sure as I was when I said it.
Well, I did the research, but I could be wrong. So then I moved over to England.
Yeah.
And the one that sort of jumps out at you.
The best one.
The best one.
Well, you'd say Flower is potentially as good as this person.
Yeah. So we've gone Jason Robertson.
Oh, amazing.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
How good were his feet?
Mate, they were size 3s or something, but they were awesome.
Fast. And then we've gone Andy Farrell. He's currently coaching the Ireland team.
Yeah.
Chris Ashton.
Yeah. He's still a good player.
Yeah. Sam Burgess, he was the one that sort of came for England 2015 Rugby World Cup. Wasn't good at all. And now he's gone back to league in Australia. And then Ben Teo.
Yeah, Ben Teo.
I didn't really know that.
Vinacolo.
Don't know who that is.
Yeah, winger. Big winger.
Was he good?
Oh, yeah, he was good. He played for England, and then it was Clive Woodward gave him a cap, then didn't really play him.
Like Steady Eddie kind of does.
Shontaine Harpy, another Kiwi. All these guys could play for New Zealand.
Right.
And Henry Paul. Those are the other ones I'd add to the mix that have come from league, played for England.
All right.
That I can remember.
And then Fiji, we've got Semi Radradra.
I didn't know he played league.
Yeah. No, neither did I.
Did you see his try on the weekend?
Yes.
That was ridiculous.
He's quite fast.
He's very fast.
I still don't really like him, though. Then we've got New Zealand. Now, you mentioned Mark Ellis.
Yeah, Mark
Ellis went the other way round.
Went the other way around, yeah.
Sonny Bill Williams, Lamape, and Brad Thorne.
Oh, what a player, Brad
Thorne. What a guy, eh?
What a player.
So he is currently coaching the Reds.
Yes.
And then Wales, which I didn't know, Gareth Thomas. I didn't know that.
Yes, Justin Harris. I think he's one. He definitely went from league to union and could have been amazing.
Right.
But never really
kicked on,
yeah.
So they were my findings. Now I'd love someone to email in or tweet in to tell me
if we've missed anyone.
Yes.
I'm sure.
I definitely have.
Sure we have.
But I'm looking for, there's loads that actually have gone, but I'm looking for standouts.
Yes.
The ones that we've kind of mentioned.
I'm with you. I did not realise that Gareth Thomas
No.
Was a rugby league player.
No.
And then made that across.
Good player.
Yeah. Very, very good player.
Played for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's that one.
I'm going to talk about the Harlequins. So Harlequins used to have a coach. They binned him off.
Where's your story?
It's right at the top, mate. Right at the top.
Why have you gone middle, bottom, top?
Because
it just doesn't make sense.
I'm going in order of what I think is important.
Okay, so this is the least.
The least important. Absolutely. So they had their coach. The coach got binned off because he hasn't been very successful at the club, which is Paul Gustard, who used to be the defence coach for England, who was very successful. I think he came from Saracens, where he was incredibly successful there. And basically, Harlequins have been absolutely useless. They got beaten by Bath by 50 points. Now, the reason why this story's made it is because what it takes is your coach to get biffed off for these guys to actually play well. Because on the weekend, they absolutely wiped the floor with Wasps. And Wasps
now, why do you think that is? Best. Because 1 week does not give the new coach enough time.
Blatantly a bunch of cliquey players who are very good. They've got a very, very good team, but haven't put the club first, haven't worked together well as a group. And now that there's a new coach coming in, and that new coach might sack or bring in extra players or whatever, that they're worried for their jobs. So what do? They go and put a great performance. Now, we've seen this in football a lot, but we haven't seen it in rugby. And I just think it's such a shame that these guys couldn't get their act together. They've got a great team.
Yeah, but I'm surprised that they sacked him at the start of the season.
Yeah, they've given him a lot of chances, and it's not going well. Paul Gustard's come out and said basically he joined a club that he thought was going to be shooting for the stars.
Yeah, but they've only played sort of 7 games. Why wouldn't you just do it at the start of the year? It would be better on the team.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. I mean, we went and watched them last year,
and potentially easier on Paul.
Yeah,
because
mate, I agree. But I guess that
he would have been walking on eggshells.
The end of last year and the start of this year was so small.
Yeah,
that if they had done that, there was only 3 weeks turnaround. So they're probably thinking, well, if it had been a summer, then maybe you've got time to get a new coach.
But now he's got.
Yeah, but there's no relegation now. Now that they know there's no relegation, they can just literally get someone else in.
Yeah, true.
And they've got no issues, and they can do it now. Whereas if they leave it any longer, it's just going to run and run and run.
Yeah.
You got the logo story, don't you now?
Do I?
Yeah.
I do. God. So, 1 year on of the Crusaders rebrand. So, if you're not aware, the Crusaders rebranded because
of the attack.
Yes.
Of the
Muslim attack.
Yeah, the Muslim attack, yeah.
Or on the mosques, down in Christchurch.
Yeah.
And the man with the sword was potentially offensive.
Well, he symbolised the Crusades, which also is not something that some people want to promote.
No, and we're not necessarily politically correct and that sort of thing. So we won't go into too much detail. But they rebranded. The Crusaders now just have a mouldy design. I think it looks good, but it's not great.
Listen, I think it's ridiculous. I think this is right up there with the coronavirus. You can't celebrate with your teammates after they've scored. Ridiculousness. And I tell you why it's ridiculous. I wouldn't have argued, right, if they had to change the name. Crusaders.
Look at the picture.
Yeah, okay. Crusaders is what is offensive.
No, look at the picture.
Yeah, I know, mate. I know exactly what you're doing.
Has it updated on your
yes, it has. And the new shape, you're alluding to the new shape looking like something else, and you would be correct.
I would.
But my point is this: if they had to change the name and then the logo,
right,
that makes perfect sense.
What would you rename the current Crusaders?
Just call them the Winners, or 4 in a row, or something along those lines. No,
I'm not even going to bite at that. I'm not even going to bite at that. You're not taking my question seriously.
It is
I'm
actually
offended.
The Canterbury, the Vikings, basically the same thing.
Well, it's like in the NFL.
Yeah.
The Washington Redskins is now the Washington Football Club or team or whatever.
Yeah.
So they've had to change, and they didn't necessarily change the whole name, but they took a massive part of it out, and it's not the Canterbury Crusaders, is it?
Yeah.
Because if it was, then they could just be Canterbury.
They could just be Canterbury. And they could actually be Canterbury until they decided...
Correct.
What they're going to read.
But the thing is, it's not... Canterbury is the provincial team. Crusaders is the Super Rugby team.
Yeah.
But if they're both called Canterbury, I played for Canterbury. Like, you probably would. Yeah, I played for Canterbury. Played for the Crusaders. No one wants that. But... but you could say I played for Canterbury. Oh, which team? Oh, the Super Rugby team. So you want that change, don't you?
Oh, no, you definitely want the change.
Yeah.
I do definitely agree. I'm just struggling to think. If I had a bit more time to, maybe next week I'll come back with some options.
Maybe
about
that
what
can be my question.
I just think, if you wanted to make a change, then make a change. But by keeping the name the Crusaders... surely you're still offending most people. The actual logo, I think they just literally did it to make more money off kit. I honestly think they did.
Do you think so?
Yeah, so now everyone's old kit's out and they'll be more likely to go and buy the new wonderful logo that looks like something that they don't really want it to look like. But, I just think it's ridiculous.
Because they're all a bunch of them.
I mean, what have we got? You got the Chiefs. Is the Chiefs going to offend people because,
No, I wouldn't think so because they're Chiefs, aren't they? They're
Māori Chiefs.
Yeah.
But didn't they kill people at some point?
Everyone's
killed people. Do you know
people.
What I mean? That's
Hurricanes kill people.
Exactly. Maybe we shouldn't have
them.
them.
And the Blues, they get you down.
Oh, they do. The Blues kill a lot more people.
Highlanders is a bad one.
Oh, yeah. Highlanders, mate. Yeah.
They ransacked Ireland.
All of that. This is what's happened,
Scotland.
This is what's happened.
Oh, no, Braveheart.
Braveheart, yeah. Do you know all of
Great
this?
Film.
I think we should just banish all names, and just have it as
colours.
Oh
no, you.
The red and blacks. The Blues. Oh no, we're in trouble.
We've already hit the Blues.
Stumbling block here.
No, I tell you what, the Blues is where it's at.
To be fair,
they're generations ahead. The Blues.
To be fair, how bad is that name?
The Blues.
It's like,
whoa.
Well, no. Listen. What I mean by this is right. So Wellington's gone. It's windy. So we'll call ourselves the Hurricanes, right? Yeah.
Come on, you've got it. The Blues.
The Otago Highlanders, traditional Scots heritage there.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. We've got the Chiefs, the Waikato Chiefs. And again, it's traditionally,
that area of New Zealand, yeah.
Right.
Central.
Canterbury Crusaders, because they win everything. All right. Yeah, fair enough.
They slaughter everyone.
Slaughter the opposition.
What about the Blues?
And then the Blues, man. We've got nothing up here. Everyone feels a bit down.
Nice blue skies about.
No one wants to live here.
It's because they're a harbour city. They're a harbour city. The blue seas. Because
it is actually.
Yeah, I know. Right. That's what I mean.
What a terrible name. Terrible name.
What, Poverty Bay's any better?
Poverty Bay, terrible.
No, but the thing is they're the city of sails, aren't they? Because they've got loads of boats. That's their name, City of Sails.
Oh, yeah.
You're not going to go, and here come the sails.
Here come the Auckland sails. Look at them.
Here come
Look at them go.
Look at them sailing on in. Hydrofoil.
Jeez, they're quick.
Right.
Sorry.
That's not even that funny.
No.
Oh gosh. Right. What's your next one, bud?
No, that's it, mate. I can't do no more. I can't do no more. It's going to be time for the results, mate.